Hey, what's up, guys? This is Snappy J with my thought of the day. We're doing a weekly series, just where Jeff and I, have our own little vlogs where we talk and just tell you what's on our minds, I guess, within the gaming industry or thereof. So, what I've been thinking about lately is just kind of the difference between uh, gaming as a child versus gaming as an adult. And like many of you probably, I've been gaming since I was a kid. I've been gaming all my life basically for 20 plus years. And so I've seen, anything from the NES up to the, Xbox 360, the Wii U, the PS3. I've seen a lot. I've kind of understood, I have a grasp of the industry as a whole and just kind of what goes on, what kind of genres there are, what games I like, what games I don't like, and everything. And I guess something that's always kind of come up is like my mom or my parents will ask me like, well, when I was a kid, do you think that you're going to be playing games like your whole life? Like, can you ever see yourself like not playing games? And my answer back then was always like, no, of course not. I'll always be playing video games, because it's something that I love. It's something that I've always really enjoyed doing, and here I am, years and years later after they've asked me that question, and I'm still playing games. I'm 24 years old, 25 almost, and still going strong. So it's something to say for. I mean, people are different. Everybody enjoys different types of hobbies or whatever, and I think that there's a lot of people that used to play games and have kind of grown out of it, I guess, and. Some people, I mean, I guess there's kind of this stigma towards the gaming industry sometimes where people see it as kind of more of a childish hobby, I guess. Where more the age group is more geared towards the adolescents, 10 to 18, 10 to 20, or whatever you want to look at it. Which is why there's so much of this violence in gaming and whether or not it's good for kids, debate in the industry and just in the mainstream as a whole, but that's a totally different topic, and we don't need to get into that because we've talked about that many times in our podcast and how much it doesn't really matter. But anyways, and I just wanted to talk about just kind of the differences in just my thoughts towards the industry and how I've changed, I guess, throughout my experience. And so, as a kid, everything was kind of new. And so, every experience, every game that I played, it was kind of a new experience. So when I played Super Mario Bros. For the first time on the NES, it was a totally new experience, and it's something I'd never seen before. It kind of kicked off the huge boon of the platforming genre back in the day, and that kind of paved the way to kind of for my future as a gamer. And the types of games that I like and what I look for in a game, as far as pacing and strategy and difficulty level, and what's really cool about Super Mario Bros. The original game is that it's a very linear game. Obviously, left to right side-scrolling game. You try to get to the end of the level and grab the flagpole, or depending on if you're a castle, you defeat the boss at the end of each world. But what's really cool about it is that not only is it's linear, but there's also these secret paths that you can take, these branching paths through, whether they're pipes, so you can go down warp pipes and find little secret areas, or find these beanstalks that you climb up and find another secret area, and just like little secrets within the level, like hidden blocks, so you can find 1-ups or stars or whatever, and different varying power-ups. And it was an interesting experience for me, figuring out all of these things, and it just kind of shaped kind of how I approach games when I play a game. And so I look for these secrets and these hidden gems that you find in games. And it's disappointing sometimes when there aren't all of these secrets and just extras in the game, because it makes it difficult to replay the game more than once. And once you beat it, you're just like, all right, I'm done, and there's nothing really else for me for this game. And it's kind of disappointing when you kind of go through it the first time, and that's basically the experience you get. There's nothing really to go back for. But yeah, and so as I grew as a gamer and kept playing games, I got into action adventure games like Zelda and racing games, sports games and fighting games and first person shooters and everything that you can under the sea, RPGs. And so I think that as you grow as a gamer and as you you see more genres and you experience more, you kind of understand, I guess, what you're looking for in a game and what you deem as a good game and what you I guess what you come to expect from a game in general. So as an adult gamer, I'm looking for, I guess, deeper experiences now. Whereas at the beginning, it was wholly new and everything was kind of, it was a new experience for me. So I just kind of seeing this whole new media and everything. And now that I've had experience with it, I'm looking like, okay, so I'm looking for something with, not only all of this gameplay that I'm used to. It's like, okay, I'm playing a platformer. And so I expect it to be a tight game, the controls to work well. And not only that, but I expect there to be, I guess, new challenges and not only things that I'm used to, but things that I maybe have not seen before. And I guess that becomes a lot harder being an experienced gamer because you've seen so much already, and you've played so many games, and having played, you know, 10, 20, whatever Mario games, you kind of have seen it before. And I guess that's kind of the thought process in the industry right now, as far as the Mario franchise is concerned, is that we've seen it before. There's nothing here that we haven't really seen before, and I guess that kind of turns a lot of people off to the franchise, and they eventually just kind of become disenfranchised to it. I think that's the right word. They just they don't enjoy it as much anymore because it's not new. It's not that same experience, that same sense of discovery when they first got the series. They first started playing it, and and for me, I've been playing Mario games for my whole life, and I'm still playing them. And so I guess there's also something to be said for that sense of nostalgia, and sometimes that's not enough for some people, and for others like me, sometimes it is. And like New Super Mario Bros. U, I really loved the harken back to the more Super Mario World-esque overworld map and secrets and everything, and the extra challenge that was there. So, I mean, as a game developer, you need to continue to further your genre of choice, whatever game that you're, dealing with, because if you're just doing more of the same, that's not necessarily enough for most people, but it's kind of a hard balance to create because there's these people that want the same, and then there's these people that want something wholly new. And it's difficult because when you're dealing with a franchise like Mario or like Zelda, there's things that you come to expect from the franchise and things that you really can't change, like the fundamental concepts of it, or it's just not that franchise anymore. If you take a look at Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, it totally changed what the game was about, and it focused it on this whole vehicle construction and racing, kind of this more racing-esque platformer, if you will. And it kind of, I won't say it ruined the game, because it was still a really fun game, but it just wasn't the same, and it wasn't, I guess, what I felt the franchise was all about, and I'm sure that there's lots of people that loved it. Anyways, and maybe those people hadn't played the original games before. But where was I going with this? I'm not sure. So I guess the more you play games and the longer you play games, you tend to look deeper into the gameplay, and you tend to look for more in the games that you play, more beyond just the kind of maybe superficial experience. You look for more. Okay, I'm looking for more of a story. I'm looking for deeper gameplay. I'm looking for something that maybe takes longer to get good at, or you learn what you like, and you are looking specifically for these things. So if these games don't offer what I want, then you just don't play them. Or, I think that a lot of people, I mean, especially like online, people are very harsh sometimes when it comes to, the games that they like or the games that they hate. And so, that's kind of the internet for you. But yeah, and, I think that, I mean, gaming, I think I will always be a gamer in some capacity. I love the sense of discovery and the sense of just being able to explore these new worlds and to just kind of, I don't know, do things that you're not able to do in reality. And which is, it's kind of cool. I love that sense of discovery and adventure and, running around and just having these new experiences and, I don't know, being a hero or whatever, it's a fun experience, and it's a way to interact with people, everywhere, with like MMOs today and MMORPGs and first-person shooters with the competitive elements and everything. It's really cool, and having grown up with it and seeing just how the industry kind of evolved over time, and when back in the day when we didn't have online and it was all 2D and there was no real 3D. We started getting a little bit, and it's really cool to see the whole thing evolve into around now the kind of the internet, the connectivity. Everything is kind of going towards connectivity and just being kind of the entertainment center of the living room, which for better or worse, who knows? We'll see. But yeah, I hope that made sense. I kind of rambled, but oh well. Yeah, so those are my thoughts, just kind of the differences between being a kid gamer and just kind of growing up with it and just seeing it for the first time, and now being as an adult gamer and kind of being a veteran of the industry and understanding what I like now and what I look for. And it's fun to actually have that sense of discovery again. I think that's kind of what we all look for with as adult gamers, because I remember growing up with games and playing like Ocarina of Time for the first time, and it was amazing and I loved it. And you look for those experiences, those feelings of discovery and of just like adventure, I guess. The first time you played it, and sometimes it's hard to capture that again. And I think that's why we become kind of disappointed with current games, after having played for so long. And, we look for that, and it's harder to find those things now since we have so much experience. And so when we do find games like that, it's awesome. And I think that's why, I'll continue playing games, and why many of you will, because, when you do find that game that kind of really captures your imagination and gives you kind of that sense of just like happiness and whatever, again, you capture that feeling that you felt when you were a kid again. It's really awesome. That's kind of how I felt with Xenoblade when I played it for the first time. It's something kind of new but familiar at the same time, and it was just this grand adventure and everything, and it really captured my imagination, and the story was great, and just I loved kind of exploring that universe and the characters there. And so I'm really excited for what Monolith Soft is doing with X, their new game for the Wii U, so we'll see what that brings. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed my thought of the day. I don't know, is there something that you guys want me to talk about? Is there some subject that you want to know my opinion about? Let me know. I'm willing to take suggestions. Just put it in the comments below. As always, check out Jeff's vlog. I think that he should have one out today as well. I'll hopefully have an annotation around here somewhere. But yeah, I'm Snappy J. That's my thought of the day. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you didn't, let me know too. If you think these should be shorter and not like 15 minutes long, let me know. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will talk to you later. I'm Snappy J. It's my thought of the day, and press end to end.